What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Wayward. My name is Splattercat, and I really need this ghost to not be on top of the exit. You know what, ghost? Oh, 10 damage. No, I won't fight you. Never mind. I'm out. Nope, not feeling it anymore. When a ghost hits you for 10 damage and you only have 60 health, you walk away, son. You gotta learn these things in life. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm like, well, looks like I got my ass kicked. Oh well. And it is nighttime out here. I could build a fire and just rest here for a little bit. I feel like that would be acceptable, so let's stoke the flame over here. There we go. And then hopefully nothing too out of hand happens. I can deal with spiders. Spiders don't worry me. You felt yourself becoming more agile, your metabolism has slowed, and you felt yourself getting stronger, even better. So we're sitting at, oh, skill and trapping is raised to 5%. So for Hunter, we've killed 100 creatures. That's what happens whenever you hit one of the achievements, which I think you can look at with the Z key. Whenever you finish off one of these, you get like a fat boost to your stats. And so it's probably something that you want to work on. The other thing that we can look at right here is I've got my skills menu, just in case you wanted to go through and see how good they are. They're sorted alphabetically. I kind of wish they were sorted by how good you were at the particular task, or at least the ability to sort them in that fashion would make me happy. But yeah, you can go ahead and pause it and take a look at our skills right there. We're doing pretty well at a lot of the gathering stuff. A lot of the little things, though, that are around, not so good at those. How good is our fire right now? Almost extinguished. Okay, let's stoke it a little bit. I guess we'll eat some pineapple seeds, too, because we're already here and I'm trying to get health back, so why not? I can ignite a stick. Apparently I can ignite a stick. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah, I guess sticks are prone to ignition. There we go. Drink some water real quick. I may, in the middle of the night, in the dark of the night, I will find water. Alright, so we'll go get some water real fast. Just so we've got a little extra something on us. I would also suggest possibly gathering up some cotton. And if we could turn that into band-aids, that'd be fantastic. That would be really, really good for us. Where did my knife go? There it is. So we turn that into a bandage, and then you can have a peat bandage. A fabric bandage combined with peat is an effective antiseptic. I had no idea that was even a thing. You can use peat as an antiseptic? Hadn't really thought about it. I guess you can. I don't know. I'd be careful about rubbing dirt in a wound after the fact. It just seems like it might get you into trouble. Okay. So having slept till morning, we're looking pretty solid right now. We slept for a solid 8 hours. That's a good rest right there. That's a good rest. We are going to eat the remainder of this nopal. And then I will more than likely plant these cacti seeds just around. It's an effective way to get my botany up. I mean, why not? And then we've also got a cacti right there, who might have to be a victim, but I feel alright about it. We already went down into that dungeon right there, so I think we've pretty much cleared out all the recipes and all the other little things that are inside of it. So let's have a look around for a separate dungeon. Yes, I know we can dig down and we can open up our own dungeon. I am aware of that factor. However, for right now, I'd be content with just kind of accepting what the game gives us. And then we'll worry about a... Oh, I thought that was me. A hobgoblin was hurt by a trap. I was like, wait, what? I didn't see a trap? My observational skills appear to be weak. Need to bring it up another level. Any sharks out here in the shallows? Please don't be sharks out here in the shallows. I would prefer it so much if there was no sharks out here in the shallows. I'm swimming with a torch on me right now. The plus side, we're getting pretty good at swimming, but we lack the recipe. There's a recipe to build a boat so that you can sail around a little bit better, and that's where the ore comes into play, if you've noticed the ore recipe. That's where it comes in. However, for right now, it looks like we're doing this the dangerous way, which is swimming in iron armor. You think that would make you strong pretty quickly. I feel like swimming in a iron suit would buff you up real rapidly. You either buff up very, very rapidly, or you would drown very, very swiftly. One way or the other. I actually think there's an island right there. Maybe, maybe not. But it looks to me as though there was like a lightning. Oh, good. We became more agile. Hooray. Yeah, I don't actually see anything out this way. And this seems like criminally dangerous. I'm gonna head back. We could also run out of stamina and drown while we're out there. And that's got me slightly concerned. Oh, I forgot to purify my water. Lovely. Oh well. That's easily remedied in a little bit. There's seaweed if you want that. I think seaweed dehydrates you though, as far as I remember. Let's maybe try this shallow over here and see where this one leads. It may take us somewhere that we actually want to be. We've got quite a travel time racked up though. If we need to get out here, like move around at all. Ah, it's just a little spit of land. Okay. Well, back on the road again, I suppose. There's got to be a... Sometimes when you find these little jets of land or whatever, it means that there's like an island chain nearby. Or something a little bit more useful. My guess is to the south. Although I could always be wrong. It can be hard to tell sometimes. On the plus side, we are getting a lot better at swimming, so... I suppose that's an albatross being lifted from around our neck. Huh. Looks like that might actually be the end of our little chain right here. If this takes us back to our original island, I'll be okay with that. It looks like we sort of just looped around. You can start mapping later on, like you can make paper. And if you make paper or something like that, you can start mapping or creating your own little map that you can fill in by using a skill called navigation, which like exchanges stamina and like time and thirst and hunger essentially for... Yeah, this is our original island. I recognize these two trees right here. Got a wolf headed right for us. Set this dude on fire. Apparently wolves are non-flammable. That's what we learned today. Wolves, non-flammable. Don't set wolves on fire, because it will not work. It appears to me as though I am out of a number of sundries. And the exact number eludes me. But I would like to make another animal fat torch. And then also, I would like to gather some of these pineapples because we need to hydrate. There's also some coconuts on that tree right there. So earlier on in the series, you may have noted that I was lamenting the fact that I wasn't getting coconuts out of trees. You can actually see the coconuts on the trees, just like sitting there. And so if you're looking for it, it does exist. I'm going to make a bone pole, and I'll probably try to make myself a couple more torches. Just so I have... Wow, there are a lot of pineapples down here. So do those respawn? A little confused as to how that works. I mean, it's fine. But having knowledge of the way the mechanic functions would be pretty awesome. I wouldn't be against it. We should be pretty peachy keen right now that we've got ourselves locked in on the coconut, man. Peachy keen. I mean, never to say that shit again. That was a mistake. I knew from the moment I did it, I was like, nope, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have did that. I'll probably start digging over here, too, for another dungeon lair, just to see if we can get down in there. And we've got our torch for another 600 turns. Actually, looks like we dug fresh water. Is that like all of this area? We dug up shale. And what is that? Clay? Man, we're going through some layers right here. We're getting down in there. I don't even know if there is a dungeon down here. Or if at a certain point... Ah, there we go. See? I knew there'd be a cave entrance eventually. Drop all that sand. We didn't need it. And then also drop everything else, because we don't need shale. I'm not really that enamored with the gravel. The clay might be useful. I'll eat a coconut right now. Drop that soil. Don't drop that soil. Da-da-da. Hey, don't drop that soil. Da-da-da. Oh, really? That counts as a well. Cool. That lets me draw from it like multiple times. I may try to dig one of those near my house. Hello? Anyone home? Hope not. I would prefer to get my loot free of attrition today. It would be my preference anyways. Huh? Some white mushroom growing over there. I kind of wish the radius was like twice as large for a torch too. I don't know, it's just hard to pick out what's going on in the cave. A wooden spear, definitely don't need that. That is a piece of loot with which I think we are finished in this playthrough. Like, we no longer need to concern ourselves with pointy sticks. We can make clay flakes. What are clay flakes useful for? So I made clay flakes. What are those for? Perhaps they mix with something else might be my thought. Like if we have the mortar and pestle. I don't know. Either way. Not useful right now, so this got to go. This cave appears to be somewhat lacking with regards to the things that I want. Also, I picked up a rock on accident. How you accomplish that task? Don't ask me. Oh no, I accidentally bent down and picked up a thing that I don't want in my inventory. Ah, there's our chest. So chest is locked. I do happen to have, however, a really fancy lockpick here. Hey, we got it open. An iron ingot, a solid brick of iron. Ooh, a leather belt. We were looking around for one of those because I don't have one. That'd be great. We got some cotton fabric in there that's instantaneously going to become an animal fat torch because that's what I needed next. An iron ingot's probably heavy as hell, but I'll bring it with me anyways. And the stone axe I don't care about at all. I could take it or leave it. Oh, it looks like when I become encumbered, they become encumbered too. By some weird twist of nature and fate. Okay. You want to fight me, Harpy? You can fight me. I mean, I'm just going to set you on fire, though, just like I've done with everything else around here. Sometimes somebody got to get lit on fire. That's life. I don't have the stuff to make a fire at the moment. Is that iron right there? Oh, shit. There's iron in the little area down here. Cool. Well, we're kind of far away from home. And I'm kind of ridiculously overweight, so I'll see when we get back to the house. I have no idea how I'm going to bring this all together, by the way, but we're just going to limp our way over there, and then I'll see when we get there. So back at home base now, I'm still kind of limping around because our storage solutions are less than adequate. I would like to dig for water. I'm thinking that digging for water around this area would be a really, really smart idea. I don't have a lot. Well, there you go. I suppose that's that. I was going to say I was going to dig for water, but they made it nice and easy on me. So shallow, fresh water. So close to a brackish source seems really unlikely to me. But you know what? I'm not going to question a good thing. We'll just leave it how it is. Oh, we found another dungeon entrance right there. Apparently we're gonna have a bunch of dungeon entrances. Yes, more dungeon entrances, huh? You can never have too many stairwells. Make some compost. I already went through and I made a bunch of tinder and random stuff. What I was gonna do next, before I got so sidetracked with my dirt digging, was I was going to... I don't know what I can do with the ingot. Like, they gave us an ingot, but I don't really know what to do with it. I'll move that over to here, and let's move some feathers over, because I know I got a bunch of feathers laying around. And so move those to my inventory, and we're just going to chill for a little bit. We're going to make some arrows, because that sounds like a really, really badass plan. And so we become more agile from fletching and ranged craft. That gives us access... Wow, arrows are actually kind of heavy. If you're going to be an archer, you probably want to be mobile then. You want to be able to move. And then what we would do if we wanted to shoot the arrows is we just put the bow into one of our quick slots and then we equip it. And then whatever direction you're facing when you use the quick slot, it'll fling an arrow in that direction. And you may get level ups, you may not. I don't play around with ranged weapons very often, so it's possible that ranged weapons are really, really good. I wouldn't know if they were just because I don't play around with them that often, but it might work out. Let's go ahead and fertilize some plants over here. That is not fertile. Okay, then we will compost it. Plant is now fertile. We will compost you as well. That'll get a little bit more weight off. It's crazy how much our weight allotment has increased in this playthrough. Like, legitimately, we have stacked up quite well. I don't have any torches or anything at the moment, so probably stay away from that as an option. I don't really want to fight. We need an insect in order to do that. I have no idea where you catch an insect from. That's just something that I'm not aware of. Working on the stone water still seems like it might be a good plan. All we need is a string and a couple of stones. And chances are we already have that in storage. So, like, let's take a couple of rocks. I think there's some string in here. At the bare minimum, we've got that, which can become what we want. So we've got that all locked away, and then the water still. Where is that hiding at? Did I not get an... Oh, I must have not gotten enough rocks out. There we go. And so in making our stone water still, that looks like it weighs 10 pounds. But that'll allow us to draw salt water. And I don't know exactly how this works. So chances are there's probably a little bit of experimentation required before we're going to know exactly how that works. Can I fill this in? Is there any way for me to fill in these dungeon holes? Because I would like to. Let's not worry about it for right now. We've got that taken care of. We can... Well, we can cook raw meat up in here. Let me go ahead and get rid of that off that. Oh, can we not? What's up with our raw meat allotment here? Are we not able to make that happen? I have raw meat. I would like to cook it. Oh, I don't have a pole. That's what it is. They want me to have like a little stick or something that I could put the meat on. There we go. You gotta roast it like campfire style, like when you're roasting weenies out camping. That's what they're going for. I think a few more arrows just to work on my fletching and my range craft. Bit more of those goodies right there. And actually, it might be worth it to make another storage chest, too. Man, we're at the point where we can actually walk encumbered now. We don't give a damn. I'll probably put it down right here. And we'll use it just to store, like, any random stuff. I don't know precisely what I want to put in here, but this might actually work for an armory. So if we move all the arrows into here, and we start moving, like, some of the excess helmets, and some of the other weight, like, because we've got multiple shovels on us right now. I don't think we need to carry those. The short bow we legitimately do not need at the moment. It's not a pertinent item. I'm glad we got the belt. That's a really, really good upgrade for us. It's a random little thing that you can add. I don't like... So one of the things I don't like is how the armor adds negatives to your character. Like, I just don't see how wearing an extra layer makes you weaker to piercing, you know what I mean? There should be like a baseline weakness. It's just like one of those things that kind of... I don't know. It doesn't rub me the wrong way. I don't think that's the proper terminology. But all that I'm saying is that if we take a look at our defense right here, like our blunt resist is -4. Like, I can understand armor not giving you any blunt resist, but making you weaker to blunt hits. I fail to see how with a full suit of plate mail on, if somebody hits you with a club, how you're going to take more damage than if you're standing there nude, you know what I mean? It's just like one of those random little things that's kind of like, don't really like that, but it's okay because I like the game. We need to figure out how to do leather working is what we really need to figure out how to do. If I could figure out how to do some leather working, that'd be fantastic. Now, I don't know... move all. See, and that's the thing, is that with the leather working, I have a needle, I have leather. How do we make this function? I think this is something that's probably worth investigating because I'd like to make a lighter suit of armor for when I'm out scouting and I'm not actively trying to get in fights. Like, I just need something to pad me a little bit while I'm out there, but aside from that, I think we're just about out of time for the day. I may actually go run down a couple guides and see what I'm supposed to be doing at this point because I do feel like we're dithering a tiny little bit. The last couple episodes have been mostly just like exploring and other random stuff like that. And so I'd like to see where we should go from here. I'd also probably make a paper mold. Basically, I'm looking for any type of crafting bench that... Essentially, I'm looking for any kind of crafting bench that would open up extra building options like we did when we got the anvil done. So I'll see you on the next episode. If you've never seen this game before, it is called Wayward. I will see you all in future episodes. Thanks for stopping on in. It was a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun tomorrow, too. I can promise you that. Bye, everybody.